What's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to another kick-ass episode of Something New here in the Teak Life Basement Bar. What are we trying on this episode? From Lux Row Distillery, Rebel Yell 100. This is a 100 proof wheated bourbon that it's got some controversy. According to the Rebel Yell brand, they say they pioneered the wheated bourbon, but I think W.L. Weller would like to have some words with them. Let's roll the intro and get to tasting. Roll it. Now, if you know the platform, you know before we taste, we talk. But in the meantime, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bells on so you don't miss any future episodes. Rebel Yell 100. So this is a whiskey bourbon by Lux Row Distillery. It's 100 proof straight Kentucky bourbon and it's aged up to 4 years. The Rebel Yell brand dates back to around 1849, and back then everyone was using a rye-based mash bill. And Rebel Yell says that they pioneered a wheat-based bourbon. Hold up, wait a minute. Here's where it gets a little funky and a little controversial. You ever heard of this brand before? W.L. Weller? Well, we've reviewed it on the platform before, and according to their label, they are the original wheated bourbon. I don't know who's telling the truth here, but they do date back to around the same era, the same year of coming out with their bourbon, but I don't know, is this the Hatfields and McCoys? Could be. Enough of those shenanigans talking about another brand while we're tasting Rebel Yell. Now, what's the mash bill? This is what everybody wants to know, and this is rumored. This hasn't been confirmed. I've done my research, but according to a lot of the rumors, it's 68% corn, so it's very, very heavy and forward of the corn. 20% wheat and 12% barley. The wheat is supposed to make it a little softer, a little smoother, gives it a little bit more depth of flavor and character. Kind of like that other brand we talked about. Okay, enough talking. Let's crack this little itty bitty bottle open and get to tasting. Alright, I got my bottle and I got my glass. This is a 100 proof Kentucky bourbon, so we're going to do a pour. And I did a nice little pour. So before we get into it, I have to say that this was supplied to me from caskcartel.com. Cask Cartel carries a lot of your premium liquors, hard to find liquors, so on occasion they'll send me stuff to do reviews on, to do, some stuff for the Teak Life Instagram and Facebook pages. So I was just lucky to get my hands on this cute little bottle of Rebel Yell 100 from Cask Cartel. Let's chat about the bottle, as I called it cute and little and got much ridicule from the stage production staff. But anyway, it's a basic bottle, Rebel Yell 100. It's got, the paper on top of it, which is about to come off anyway. A nice wooden cork. So it's not fancy or anything like some of these outrageously ridiculous, outlandish tequila bottles, but it's always about what's inside that counts. Am I right? We're doing the swirl to let it aerate, to open up a little bit more. I want to capture all these flavors. It's not going to smooth it out. It is 100 proof. We're not going to do any eyedroppers of water to cut it. We're not going to do an ice cube. Straight up neat. It's going to put hair on my chest after I just shaved it. Color. So it is a nice, bright, it's like a copper penny, like a new one. It's amber. Whoa, look at those tears. Oh. You can definitely tell that this is 100 proof. I'm putting it up to the light. Wow, these tears, the legs are slowly dripping down. So it's like freezing rain. That's what it looks like on a window pane. This is stellar. Aroma. I tried to do that really regal. Wow, this is light for 100 proof. I'm really not getting a ton of alcohol vapors. Not much ethanol. I'm getting oak for sure. I'm getting some of that sweet corn. There's an earthiness to it, almost like hay, grass, kind of like that aroma when you're in a barn, and you got the pitchfork and it's Friday the 13th and you're killing some, oh, damn, wrong movie. Yeah, definitely light oak, a little hint of caramel and some brown sugar. All right, friends, a little more swirls. Wow, those legs are great. We're just gonna go in and taste. One baby. Very corn forward, extremely corn forward. You get that sweetness of, the corn. There is a warming effect going on right now. This is global warming at its finest. It's right here, it's sizzling. So it's 100 proof. I mean, come on. Like we already know it's gonna have some sizzle, right? And you can definitely feel it. But let's go in for another one and then we can get the taste profile. That was number 2. Slight oak. I'm getting some vanilla. It's still warm. You're getting some spice, pepper, some heat, whatever you want to call it. People explain it a little differently. The wheat, though, does soften it. So you're going to find this as a sipper absolutely softer up front. And even with all that heat and tingling on my lips right now, it is very mild. It does linger, quite a bit, but it's not overly strong. Third sip. I don't regularly chew. There's a whole thing about chewing when it comes to bourbons and whiskeys where it really opens it up and you can get a little bit more off the palate, but I don't really chew that often. It's a whole thing in itself, but for me, I kind of let it rest. I'll swish it around to get, a little bit more of the effects, but I'm doing slight oak. I'm getting that from it, so that barrel, up to 4 years is really resonating. Vanilla, some of that soft wheat for sure. It's got a sweet vanilla, almost like a creme brulee now on the back end, mixing with that caramel, and then there's a light toffee effect going on. So for 100 proof, this is very pleasant. And from what I understand, it actually, if you can find it, has a pretty decent price point that makes this one extremely attractive. All right, that might have been 5, 6, 7. I have no idea. I lost count. So as you can see, as you can tell, boom, 100% Teak Life approved. I'm really digging it. For the strong, alcohol content of this, I still think it's actually fairly smooth. I think there's a lot that you can do with this, especially if you're going to use something in an old fashioned. It has a lot of character. It's got some good flavor profiles. Ugh, we're getting there, aren't we? You see what's happening. But this one, it's not overly abundant in deep characteristics, but I really do like it. Rebel Yell has won a lot of awards, so I'm not even going to get into them, except for one. World of Whiskey is a couple awards from them, so that's a pretty prestigious honor for this brand, and I'm digging it. If you're looking for it, you can absolutely go to caskcartel.com and see the pricing, get it shipped directly to your home. All right, people, my glass is getting down to the down, so that wraps up another episode of Something New here in the Teak Life Basement Bar. Rebel Yell 100, 100% Teak Life. Oh, you see that? 100. Oh. Anyway, I'm getting silly. But make sure to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the Teak Life YouTube channel. Turn the notification bell on. And if there's anything that you want us to try, taste, review, sit pretty in the back of the bar, if you want us to wear some swag to represent your brand, hit that email. We will see you very soon on the next episode. I'm going to drink this whole bottle. You dare me? You dare me?